what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard. When I tackle like damager, they react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, the man. Guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can carve for the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. It's a lot of money.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Terrific running there to start the drive as that's going to go for 15 and a quick first down as well. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo first.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the toss play, this is Drake. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Rolling to his left. He may try and run for this. And he slides to avoid the hit. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. On 1st and goal, Drake. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again with Drake. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kenyon Drake hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some Kendrick West. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kendrick West, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script play.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off near the 26, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
I got you, punk. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check right.
On 1st down, Drake. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. On 2nd down, it's Drake. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And it's caught by Parker. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6. At the 11.
On second down now, it's West. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
That's how we do, D. That's how we do.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
On third and short, Drake. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. Sanders' kick is good, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Let's go, D.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Brings up 2nd and 14. Watch the shoot.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 17-0 our score after 1. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
At their own 27-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On second down, it's Drake. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there, first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with Drake. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 41, Rosen. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 40. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. Counterplay, Drake. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Now Drake. Kendall Fuller in on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Just like that. Just like that.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 21.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run toss to the right with Drake. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. On 2nd down now. It's Drake, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
Monday.
3rd and goal, Rosen. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It sounds like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, perfect.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. From the gun on third down, Breeze. He may try and run for this. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. So here we go on fourth down with Breeze. And this is caught. That's Watkins. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up first and 10. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15. On play action, now Breeze. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
In your face. Kill. Turn up.
On first down, Drake. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Dolphins on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is third down and 12.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Running, it's Drake. 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. You ain't going nowhere. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
55-56. Check 53. So we got man. Hey, alert 3. 11.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Christian Wilkins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
You ain't doing nothing. 11. Check Nick.
From midfield, here's Breeze. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Jones. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Right back to Drake. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Pick the edge. Come. Middle. 57. Protein spill.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Ready? Check 53's Mike. Your track.
On 2nd down, Foreman takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He's got Adams on the hookup. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. A carry for Foreman. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Cordray Tankersley on the stop defensively.
Yellow lady.
From the 41, Breeze. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jerome Baker.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
50 seconds, come on. Check. Safe.
On third down, Rosen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad. Now Brady's lost the football. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And the Dolphins have got it. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give to Drake running left. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Come on, D. 25, check 25, check 25. Bang, 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 bang. Check 37, check 37. Check your hot read. Monday.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Drake. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Let's see. Here we go. Chance. 80.
Running from the shotgun with Drake. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Jason Sanders for the Dolphins.
Sanders' kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Give them 32 on the play. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Foreman. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Ready? Yellow waiting, yellow waiting. Watch the screen. Pass. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Kill, kill. Tonight. Tonight.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Completes it to Miller. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Braxton Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills cut into that lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Rosen to his tight end, Gesicki. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 45-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, Rosen's going to throw it. And he finds Parker here, complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. A handoff to the right side. It's Drake. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenyon Drake with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Rosen to throw. Going deep here for Stills. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.